The revolution is here, the revolution is now, and you better believe there's going to be some goddamn dancing. So, anyway, 3D printing versus Game Workshop. And I'm going to say that we've either reached a critical mass or things are about to reach a critical mass. Three major factors here. One, the cost of the technology has dropped considerably. Um, so yeah, it's now within the reach of the average person. So, and if you're smart enough to call yourself a geek, you're smart enough to figure out a 3D printer. Let's be honest here. Just have to channel your autism to useful factors. And all the early pioneering work has been done. So there's enough of the actual hard work has been done. So there's it's now a practical concern. And the next big thing is this is actually a very big thing. There's a critical mass of people who are pissed off enough that they're willing to get their hands dirty and actually start doing the work, getting things done. Building the databases, building the networks. So, yeah, Games Workshop knew this was coming, but they've managed to piss off enough people at the wrong time to probably accelerate the process by at least a couple of years. So, and let's be honest, for the last 5 years, Games Workshop's business model is based on you being a cuck. That's really how it is. And let's be honest, it's probably a perfectly valid business strategy. But things change, and again, they've pissed off a fairly hardcore number of their fans. And these are the older tech-savvy fans who have money to spend. Those are the people who are most pissed off. So we are seeing the shift to BattleTech, which adds to the BattleTech revival, which has been happening last 5 years. And it's been noted that every other game company is either accepting or embracing the 3D printing revolution. Only Games Workshop are being dicks about it. So, again, it's happening. They know it's happening. They know they can't win the war. So what are they actually trying to do? What they're trying to do, they're trying to hold on long enough to sell the fuck out to a larger company. Arch has said it pretty much. It's the obvious move. We know what's happening. Everybody knows what's happening. But that's the whole point of Warhammer Plus, which again they screwed that up because they're trying to do a transition from model company to a media company. The last thing you want to do during that transition is piss off your most hardcore fans, which is what they've done. So it's a race against time. Race against time because it's going to take time for people to learn how to use the hardware. It's going to take time for people to get acceptable models. Again, they don't have to be exact copies of Games Workshop product. They just have to be good enough proxies to play the fucking game. Are you a gamer or are you a plastic crack addict? What is it? Now, okay, I'll be honest. These are two separate hobbies, and not much. I just can't really get into models, so I'm not a tabletop player. I'm following this from a gamer perspective, from a culture war perspective, because let's be honest, basic knowledge of the 40k lore is required to speak gamer. Which again, this is an asset they have, but because they treat their fans like such crap, Games Workshop is again, they're a very stupid company. They're also a very smart company. So depends what day it is. But yeah, the 3D printing revolution is on, and it's now at the point where the average person can do it. My understanding is that it takes about a week or two to learn how to use the printer, and then it pays for itself in about 2 months. So, I mean, if you can afford plastic crack, you can afford to buy a 3D printer. The main concern is space. If you're in the Warhammer 40k, you probably have a house room for it. So, where does this become interesting from the culture point of view? Games Workshop, the leadership, they need to sell out. This is a soulless company that has mistreated its fans for at least 10 years, maybe 15 or 20. So, and they need to sell out to an even bigger, larger media company. So, the brand is not the hobby. And again, you can always go back to older rules. The people are the hobby. So, But it's going to be very, very funny to see how they react to the fact that people can. We've entered the age of push button receive Baneblade. So, and again, just watching this from a cultural point of view is going to be interesting. 3D printer is just another tool, so people can learn how. People will eventually will. Okay, we reach critical mass here. There's going to be people you can talk to for advice. We've entered. Honestly, we've entered we're starting to enter an age of local decentralized production, which is going to have all kinds of consequences. Whole COVID thing, the Corona-chan, that kind of fucks things up. Fucked up the supply chain, just-in-time manufacturing, but even dumber is just-in-time retail. So decentralization is actually pretty good. That's an entirely different subject there. And so anyway, okay, how do I end? How do I end this rant? I have to end the rant. Must end rant. Okay. Again, it's just it's gonna be really fun to watch next couple of years or so as people, we're basically gonna revolutionize revolutionize the tabletop. A lot of the smaller companies are really getting their shit together. BattleTech revival is full swing. And again, from a geek culture point of view, Star Wars and Star Trek were basic bitch, or already basic bitch science fiction. Because no matter who you are, how much of a nerd you are, you could always talk Star Wars or Star Trek with someone. So in the last, I'd say 5 years, people have been shifting to Warhammer, and then slightly to BattleTech. But now people are shifting away from Warhammer to BattleTech and other things. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that affects the meta geek culture type thing. Again, basic knowledge of Warhammer lore is a requirement to speak geek. But look at the new lore. It's all shit. People liked the stuff from 10 years ago. Everybody liked it. But the entire point was it was basically all the cool parts of geek culture crammed into one source and shot directly into your eyeballs. So, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be. I don't know what to say here, but anyway, should you buy a 3D printer for your tabletop hobby? I figure, well, you're gonna need one for your ghost guns anyway. So, welcome to the future. Not everything is shit, but gotta be prepared, right? Grab a shovel. It's gonna get ugly.